Hello and welcome to my Purrely deck profile. Now, I'm going to go on the record now and say that I drew the shortest straw on this one. Nobody else wanted to do it, so I'm left to it. Hopefully I can just explain what the deck does and what a rough build's going to look like. So, start off with 3 copies of Purrely.
He's so fluffy, I'm gonna die!
The card's stupid. It's a non-once per turn pot of duality for Purrely cards. I don't know what sadist designed this card. It just adds Purrely cards and non-once per turn, so you're just going to end up with 9 mills and just add 3 of those 9 in a turn pretty easily. And then to top it off, they made a new Purrely card, Purrelyly, which just adds any Purrely card from the deck to the hand, as if this wasn't enough. The only restriction they made on this was that it is an actual hard once per turn. That is all you play for the Purrely monsters because there are only 2. 3 of the field spell. I don't know why. I mean, it does stop targeting. It's alright. Stops targeting. I must have said that. Recurs some of your quick plays. An okay card. This is the card that is the powerhouse. The My Friend Purrely. This is the card that says, if you get rid of any of the unfair Purrelys, or any Purrely that's an XZ, which is all the Purrelys that are decent, recur back all the Purrely cards. So even if you out the big thing, this deck still says, haha, I'll do it all again because, ha. And then they have Pretty Memory, which, again, why did they design this card? It attaches cards that are on the field to your XZs. So it's just got inbuilt board breakers within the board breakers that make better board breakers. I mean, the deck has to win somehow. So Happy Memory, it gives the XZ monster attacks equal to the amount of materials it has, +1. So I guess the idea is to boost them up by a total of 2k and then have them on 8 materials so they can attack 9 times. We'll get into the XZs because they are pretty beefy powerhouses with these as material. Again, the deck's unfair. There's no way around it. So then we have Delicious Memory. This is the card that makes the bigger Purrelys ridiculously huge. They gain 300 attack for each material. All of these spells also, except for My Friend and the field spell, allow you to discard a card and just special summon the monsters anyway. So they have E-Telly inbuilt everything. They're like runic effects, so they have 2 separate effects that you can use. Again, runic's not unfair in any stretch of the imagination, so why on earth would this deck be? Sleepy Memory, again, non-once per turn. They don't like making once per turns in this deck. They just designed a card that can be activated 3 times. It also says draw a card. Sorry, so Pog's banned, and then this card, is legal. Silly. And then finally, the last Purrely card. You have to play a lot because obviously excavating cards and finding the cards is, well, you don't really want to miss, so you're going to play a few. But Purrelyyeap, you play 1 because it's procurable, it's searchable, and it's a brick. But it's a rank up magic for the Purrely, so you can make a bigger Purrely. But as I say, not a bad card in general. It's just the worst one, which is still saying something because it's still good. Thod Blossom, you play 3. It's a good hand trap, especially this format. This deck really doesn't like facing boards, so you need some hand traps. Goga, because I hear it's alright this format. There's a few pendulum cards making a racket that really this deck doesn't like. And it's just a good card in general. Vela, because I guess you can use it as a 1 paired with another 1. See how it works there. Although it's a decent hand trap. I must have mentioned it negates monster effects, or forgot to mention it. And then Droll, because every deck in the format right now says add cards. Well, apparently You don't want your opponent doing that. Droll's a good hand trap. Very unfair. Don't know why it exists. Stupid card. And then, for the only spice you can play in this deck, outside of Crystal Beast and many other cards, forget it. Snoww, because you discard a lot, by effect, not cost. Again, balanced deck. Snoww then searches Broww, so you draw more cards, as if drawing more cards weren't enough. So you're probably just looking to get an 8-card hand under a 12 material powerhouse. You know, it's just the way the deck plays. So for the extra deck, I'm going to get an absolute kicking by the community here, but I don't care. IP Masquerena. You rarely make it. IP Masquerena has one use, either make Appaloosa or Knightmare Unicorn. Who'd have thought? It's just a nice backup play, especially when if they do manage to out your monster. I will say this: if you do have a backup IP, you can easily recur one of the monsters as material, other that you had as material, or just summon one from deck, and then prop the IP as an extra interruption. So there is that play, which is quite a good play, and I have seen it about. Happiness. People say that this is the absolute worst one. They are right. It searches a Purrely card after it's battled, which it's got to survive first. And then secondly, if you activate a quick play, its best effect, you blow up back row. So that's the worst one. Beauty, up to thrice per turn. You can, if you activate a Purrely quick play card, you can change the battle position of one monster on the field. I forgot to mention it's once per turn quick effect imperm effect. If you have it's quick play underneath it for Beauty. And then the one that you go into the most for the rank 2s is Plump, because somebody decided this deck wasn't broken enough, so they designed a card that says, "Hey, I'm gonna build into a card Twin Twisters paired with a triple effect of Farther that is up to thrice per turn." Stupid, right? This is probably the more favourable one if you can't get to a big one, because banishing 3 monsters and Twin Twisters, good effect. Expurrely Happiness at 2. Yes, I know. It's an OTK powerhouse. You inflict 1500 damage when it attacks. You can easily get it attacking up to 8 times. It's not the one you're going to be using going first, but going second, it's also got an inbuilt Dark Ruler No More effect in it that you also can't respond to. Why?
Fluffy boy!
Again, silly cards. Expurrely Noir. This is the best Purrely because it's the towers. Need I mention that it is also a quick effect shuffle back up to no restrictions, just as long as you have material underneath it. Keep shuffling cards back when you don't like one. It's unaffected when you have 5 materials, as if that's a restriction. Yeah, busted card. Now, I know you may be looking at a Daguerreotype right now. No, that's not true. What you're really looking at is a Downerd Magician for your Zeus plays. This is not a Daguerreotype. As I say, your eyes are deceiving you. Get them tested. And then finally, to finish off, we have... because if all fails and you have a 10 material Purrely that doesn't do anything, you can just get a non-once per turn, send every card on the field. Because fair. Again, Konami have got this habit recently of just making decks that don't make other people happy. Why? Anyway, that's been my Purrely deck profile. I hope you like it or hate me for it. Either way, good, great. Like, comment, subscribe, insult me, do whatever you want. I'll respond because funny. Yeah, do the good stuff. See you later.